Today we'll be explaining my assignment for programming to a class. So here is how I did it. So first I put in the regular data to upload my file so I can use my assignment for data set. I renamed the assignment for data set for various reasons and for simplification. So now we are going to call in a table where we read out the table and assigning it a new variable so we can read the table out. And as you can see, we have a student ID, our school, BJAT paper 1 and 2, our total BJAT, the average BJAT score, PSA, 2 PSE papers, and the average PSE score between the total PSE score between the two. That is total, right? Yeah, that's total. So now we select the data that we need. So here we take out the data. We only select, because we're only looking at BJAT PSE, so we only select the school, the BJAT, and the PSE. Now here comes the fun part where we group everything together. So first we start grouping the schools together to get a count of it. This we're going to use later on. We're figuring out the average. As we go down, we count the schools. We sum it up of both the BJAT and the PSE. We relabel it so it looks better and makes it more cleaner. And then we keep going down. As you can see, all St. Angela Belize has 5,228 total BJAT. And as you can see, then from here, we go down. I put into a group number of students just to make a little more simplification and to know which table I can always revert back towards as a main table. As we keep going down, here I show which school has a total BJAT score and it shows how many students have, and I also have another table that shows which school has a total PSE score. So here's the fun part. So now finding the average. Now when I found the average, I built my code for the average using number of students as my column with the number of students, so I know how many students to divide by. As you can see, as before, the All St. Ange has a highest average BJ compared to the rest. And we know that All St. Ange had around 77 students. So even in our last class, we talked about how there was no correlation between the amount of students and the grades. As you can see, All St. Ange had a higher BAG and has a really high PSE average. So going further down, also Christina, AOG Christian School also had a high BG, and plus Bernice York. So now this is where I sorted the bar graph, listing all the schools on their average BJAT scores. So this is where I descended through, where it actually shows that St. Mark's had the highest BJAT average compared to the rest of the schools, and behind it was AOG Christian and Bernice York's, which I was mistaken in the last one. As we keep going down, here is the table, the bar graph of what I use to show the small decline, the amount of students, the grade to the school, which school has the most students and has a higher average. And as we go down, we also have a bar graph of their PSE too as well, where we show that Shepherd's Academy has the highest PSE average compared to the rest of the schools. As you can see, the other schools, the only school that we see back in the top three is Bernice York, with also a high PSE average as well, which is the only school that shows out of the top three that has a high PSE average compared to the BJAT. And the graph is very similar as well as we look down with Shepherd's Academy in the first place, with leading. And here is a histogram of the total BJAT scores. As you can see, that it fluctuates from percent per unit up at 0.08 at the highest, down to the lowest of 6,000 range. And then also with the PSE, I used to widen it a little bit, and also could see that the BJAT score is higher per unit than the PSE actually really is. And this is my assignment 4, and thank you for watching. Peace.